on countries that have tariffs on the United States, they're using trade imbalances. So the trade deficit with China is 291 billion, and they divided that by imports from China, 433 billion. This gets the number of 67%, which was too high for Trump. So they arbitrarily divided it by 2 to be nice, and the new number is 34%. This is how stupid everyone in the White House is and how they came up with these numbers. And this completely ignores the fundamentals of international trade. And I can explain to you a problem that people in MAGA are too stupid to understand. But because the United States is such a large country, over 300 million, we are likely to have a trade deficit with most nations that are smaller. And I'll give you the example of Switzerland. What is there in Switzerland that Americans want to buy? Chocolates, pocket knives, I don't know. But there are 300 million people in America, or greater, that can purchase items from Switzerland. But there's only 8 million people in Switzerland that can buy stuff from the United States. I understand it's competitive, but it's not equal. You can't compare the spending habits of over 300 million people versus a smaller group of 8 million. Because the larger country, the larger group is always going to have more buying and more spending power. When you look at a trade deficit, you have to look at, I would argue, maybe the per capita rates. But the people in the Trump administration are so stupid, they're just looking at the raw numbers. And they're saying, we have a trade imbalance with Ecuador. We have a trade imbalance with Peru and Switzerland and Vietnam. And it's because they're smaller countries. We still benefit from trade. It makes markets more efficient. People in Vietnam are making stuff for wages that no American would want to do it. Americans don't want to pick lettuce in the fields. Americans don't want to work in textiles. They don't want to work in assembly lines putting together plastic toys. But Donald Trump is destroying all of this. He is completely destroying all international supply chains.